Navigating in Dreamtsoft. So if you're on an older version of Dreamtsoft, you'll probably see the horizontal banner across the top, and that was the older way we're navigating. What we've done is we've actually built a new left-hand navigator, which is very effective and a lot more pleasing to the eye. So if you're on an older version and you want to switch to this left-hand nav, you can go to your System bundle, into Management, over to the Preferences tab, Layout tab, and then switch over to the vertical nav bar. Hit Save and Refresh, and now you'll have the navigation on the left. I'll briefly go over the various icons and buttons we have here. So starting from the bottom, the person icon is your profile. So if I click on that and expose it, you'll notice I have the ability to see my profile, scripter, and then log out, just like you'd expect a standard My Profile. The scripter option is for administrators to be able to go through and debug code or test out code in without context of a record. There's another video coming out on debugging that goes a little more in depth on that. Above the person icon is the space tree. If you were to click on that, it takes you to your space tree, and then you can navigate to whatever space you need to. So I'll just switch over to this IT demo space, and you'll notice that in the left-hand navigator, we now have a new button, which is the arrow button. So what that does is that will actually return you to your home space. And the home space isn't always the highest on the hierarchical tree or the one right above it. It's whatever space you originally logged into. So if you've navigated around to a few different spaces, this will always take you back to the original space you've logged into. The magnifying glass, as you'd expect, is a search, and it's a global search. So if you were to type in something like CRM, it actually goes through and searches every single record in the system. This still applies, or security still applies to this, so if you don't have access to the records, they won't show up in there. As we move to the upper section, we have the layout editor. So if I actually switch over to our IT bundle and click the pencil, this is where you can customize a layout of a page. So you can configure the page itself, which is highlighted when you mouse over it, or individual components, which you can see with the blue dotted line as I mouse over these components. So the pencil really is more for customizing the layout of your UI and your pages, not really the back-end configuration. The gears will actually be more of the process and data model configuration. So as I click on the gears, you'll notice, information about the bundle, bucket management, security, etc. And keep in mind, these are all in context of the bundle. So if I go to bucket management, that is for my IT bundle. If I switched over to my CMDB bundle and I click the gears, you'll notice the CMDB is across the top, and now I'm managing buckets for my CMDB. These gears are obviously in context of what bundle you're in. I'll switch back to my IT bundle. What's commonly known as the hamburger, or the 3 lines, is the bundle menu. And this is really where your users will navigate. And this is configurable. But this is our out-of-the-box IT bundle menu. So you can see I can access my self-service portal, the various ITSM practices that are there, and then some administration at the bottom. And then finally up top is the Dreamtsoft logo, where if you click on that, as you've seen as I switch between different bundles, these are the bundles that you have access to and can switch. And then if you need to create a new bundle or install a new bundle, you have your bundle settings. So that's navigating through our new Navigator. If you want to configure the Navigator for an application that you may be building, you can simply go to the gears and then down to Pages and Styling, and then the bottom option is Bundle Navigation. So you can see this menu here mirrors what I have on the left-hand side. And there's a few examples in here. First of all, this IT menu is a top-level menu, meaning that it's not going to slide out if I click any more of these options. It's actually going to take me to those. These options here you can drag and drop. So if I need a new list of records, I can drag it over. If I want to go directly to a URL, I can do that as well. Or if I want to fire off some sort of process workflow, I can drag those over and make those menu options. As I go back, and you'll see I've got separators, which are simply just the IT practices separator, and then the various practices of service management, incident problem change config. So you can apply security to these. So as I click each one, I can go to the security tab, and I can see everyone who's authenticated can see my self-service portal. However, if I go over to incident management and I click on any of these links and look at the security, I can see it's actually visibility is defined only to a specific group, which is an IT group. So it allows you to have a very flexible navigation model, and certain groups could only see certain Navigator items listed on the left-hand side. So that's a quick walkthrough of the Navigator and also how to configure it. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us at dreamtsoft.com. And like I said, please look forward to other videos that we'll have coming out on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.